Story recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain an adventure, drama, and fantasy film called Noah. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. When Eve took the forbidden fruit, she, her husband, Adam, and their sons, Cain, Abel, and Seth, were cast out of Eden. Eventually, Cain killed Abel and escaped to the east, where he was protected by fallen angels known as the Watchers. The Watchers helped Cain's descendants in building the industrial civilization. Their city spread wickedness throughout the world, and only Seth's descendants can protect what's left of creation. Centuries later, Lamech wrapped snakeskin around his arm, giving the responsibility of caring for his creations to his son, Noah, who's the last of Seth's bloodline. Before completing the ritual, however, voices alert them to an approaching army. While Noah hides, Lamech approaches the army. Their leader wants to mine the land Zohar, but Lamech insists that this is the Creator's land. The leader slaps Lamech in response, noting how the Creator has done nothing while his city starves. Thus, his army will take what they want to survive. He rips off the snakeskin from Lamech's arm and slashes his head, killing him instantly while Noah runs. Decades later, Noah gathers resources with his sons, Ham and Shem. Despite the sky being clear, a drop falls from the sky and grows into a flower instantly. Taking this as a sign, Noah gathers his sons to leave, but they stop upon seeing a creature scurrying away. Noah approaches the injured animal, finding a broken spear in its stomach. Upon the animal's death, the poachers who attack the animal surround him, so Noah removes the spear from its body and uses it to stab one of them. He then steals the poacher's spear and kills the rest. Upon arriving home, Noah kisses his wife, Nama, and his youngest son, Japheth. Later, he tells Nama about the flower blooming from nothing, but Nama advises him to rest, hoping that the Creator will soon make things right. Later, Noah wakes up in a wasteland in front of a lush mountain. He then sees the flower blooming from nothing again, but the land suddenly fills with water, drowning thousands around him. Noah screams and wakes up back in his bed. He gets up and Nama asks if the Creator spoke to him. Noah confirms, believing that he will destroy the world. Recognizing the mountain in his dream as his grandfather's home, Noah and his family traverses the land. They reach an abandoned Zohar mine where they find dead scavengers. However, they hear a girl's voice, so Noah checks for survivors. Shem finds the girl, Elah, and Nama tends to her wound. Moments later, they see men approaching, so they escape into the nearby wasteland. When a few men get too close, Noah goes to fight them, but the rocks start moving, knocking Noah out. When Noah awakens, he and his family are placed in a chasm. The giants approach them, so Noah demands to see his grandfather. Recognizing him as Seth's descendant, one giant named Samyaza berates his comrade, Og, for not killing him since man betrayed the Creator. Noah argues that the Creator sent them, but Samyaza doesn't believe him. The giants leave, and Noah tells his sons that the giants are the Watchers. After putting Elah to sleep at night, Nama laments that the girl's wound may prevent her from having children. Suddenly, Noah hears heavy footsteps and finds Og. Og guides the family, recounting how the Watchers were made of light, but they chose to help mankind. Thus, the Creator punished them, turning them into rock and mud. Still, the Watchers shared their knowledge, allowing humans to become mighty. However, this led them to violence. Noah's grandfather, Methuselah, was the one who protected the Watchers. Using a mighty sword, he scorched the earth to destroy the army that hunted down the Watchers. Now, the other Watchers can't accept that the Creator spoke to a man like Noah. Finally, the family reaches the lush mountain amidst the wasteland. While they rest to stay in camp, Noah and Shem climb the mountain and reach the cave where Methuselah awaits them. Methuselah casually takes Shem and tells him to rest. With a touch of his forehead, Shem instantly falls asleep, allowing Methuselah and Noah to speak privately. While pouring tea for Noah, Methuselah shares that his father, Enoch, long predicted that the Creator would annihilate the world if men continued their ways. This confirms Noah's dream as a prophecy, but Methuselah asks him if he believes that the destruction can be averted. Noah tells him that the world will die by water, but he also saw new life, convincing him that there's more to the message. Methuselah agrees, and Noah realizes that his grandfather added medicine to his tea. Suddenly, Noah finds himself alone in the cave and the place fills again with water. A silhouette of a large structure appears before Noah, and a herd of animals starts swimming towards it. When Noah awakens, Methuselah asks what he saw, and Noah concludes that the water is meant to cleanse them so the Creator can start again. With this, Noah determines that they can survive the flood, so Methuselah hands him a seed from the Garden of Eden. Upon returning to his family, Noah shares the news that men will be punished, but they were chosen to save the innocent, the animals. Ham asks why the animals are innocent, so Elah notes that animals still live as they did in the garden. Noah then heads out to plant the seed from Eden, understanding that they must build an ark to survive the flood. The following morning, Noah finds Og getting dragged by his fellow Watchers, who deem him a traitor. Noah begs the Watchers to help, but Samyaza argues that they lost everything after helping men. Still, Noah encourages them that they can still save what's left and serve him again. Before Samyaza can hit Noah, water gushes out from where Noah planted the seed. The water spills and plants start to sprout, bringing new life to the wasteland. This convinces the Watchers to help Noah build this ark. For years, the water travels across the land, providing for the animals. Upon drinking the water, the animals travel to where Noah's family and the Watchers are building the great ark. In the forest, the adult Shem chases after the grown-up Elah. Once he catches her, they kiss, and Shem trails his kisses down her stomach and on her wound. However, Elah doesn't like this since the wound still hurts. Hundreds of birds fly to their ark, so Elah and Shem head back. At the build site, a grown Japheth tells his father about the birds, which Noah takes as a sign that the storm will soon begin. The birds then fly inside the structure to settle down. To keep them at peace, Nama burns some herbs whose smoke puts the rowdy birds to sleep. Noah points out to Japheth that each kind of bird is composed of a male and a female. After the storm, they will create more hatchlings to repopulate the world. Ham hears this, so he later approaches his father, noting that everyone has a partner beside him and Japheth. Noah assures him that the Creator will send everything they'll need. One day, Ham hears women in the woods, but a man suddenly appears, ready to strike him. Another man knocks him down and introduces himself as a king named Tubal-Cain. Ham argues that there's no king in the Creator's garden, making Tubal-Cain laugh. Noticing Ham staring at his warhammer, Tubal-Cain offers it to him. Ham takes Tubal-Cain and his people to the ark, but Tubal-Cain stops him from going to his father, calling Ham his best soldier. Noah insists that his son isn't Tubal-Cain's, so he makes Ham return the weapon and go to his family. Tubal-Cain notes that he saw the birds flying there, so he wanted to see the miracle. He insists that everything, including this land and their ark, belongs to him. However, Noah argues that the ark is built to protect the innocent when the Creator wipes out the wicked. Tubal-Cain insists that the Creator has long abandoned them, adding that his army will take what they want to survive. Recognizing his words, Noah realizes that this is the man who killed his father. Noah announces that he's the son of Seth, and the Watchers rise to protect him, scaring Tubal-Cain's people. Undeterred, Tubal-Cain tells Noah that if the Creator does wipe them out, he will return with legions to take Noah's ark to survive. In their forest, Tubal-Cain orders his men to create more weapons and warriors to fight the Watchers. However, he hears his people screaming as large beasts enter the forest to join the ark. Days later, Elah approaches Noah, tearfully pointing out that Shem needs someone who can give him children, which she can't. She questions why the Creator allowed a barren girl in the ark, so Noah assures her that she's a precious gift to his family. Elah cries in his arms but still asks him to find a new wife for Shem. That evening, Noah visits Tubal-Cain's village, finding men trading women and children for meat. The soldiers then toss a goat in exchange for the women, which the villagers rip apart while it's alive. Afterward, Noah sees a vision of fire raining down on the village. In the morning, Noah returns to the ark, so Ham asks if he found them wives, but Noah says that there will be none. Ham argues that he can't be a man without one, but Noah just orders him to help his brothers. Angered, Ham yells at his father, so Noah pushes him and tells him to be a man by doing what needs to be done. Humiliated, Ham runs away and Elah chases after him. Later, Noah shares to Nama that the wickedness is in all of them. Nama assures him that there's goodness in them too, like in their sons. However, Noah points out that they're no different because their sons are flawed, while he and his wife would sin to protect them. He decides that they'll complete the ark and die with everyone else. Unwilling to accept this, Nama asks Methuselah for help, fearing for her son's future. Methuselah agrees that man corrupted the world, so the Creator must wipe them out completely. Nama argues that her sons are good, but Methuselah stresses that it's Noah's choice. Meanwhile, Ham sneaks into the village but falls into a mass grave where he finds a scared young woman named Nael. Ham promises not to hurt her and gives her food, realizing that she's been hiding in the pit to avoid the men. He offers to help her escape, but she's scared, so he stays with her instead. Still searching for Ham, Elah finds Methuselah, who asks her to find berries for him. Methuselah asks if Elah loves Noah's family, so she expresses gratitude for them for saving her. He then notes that he hasn't given her a blessing, so he touches her stomach and Elah backs away in pain. When the pain goes away, she hears Shem calling for her, so Methuselah tells her to go. The two reunite and Elah quickly kisses Shem and takes his clothes off. Soon, the rain begins, catching everyone's attention. Seeing this, Ham pulls Nael out of the pit while Tubal-Cain prepares his men for battle. Shem and Elah return to the ark, but Ham is still missing, so Noah goes to search for him. While the army rushes to Noah's ark, Ham and Nael run into the woods as well. Nael gets caught in a bear trap, so Ham embraces her protectively while the army closes in. Noah arrives but only pulls Ham away, allowing Nael to be trampled to death. As the soldiers battle the Watchers, Ham enters the ark while Noah stands guard. Tubal-Cain shoots the Watchers with Zohar, eventually hitting Samyaza in the chest and stabs the wound with a spear. When Tubal-Cain pushes the spear further in, Samyaza explodes into light, which shoots to the heavens. The Watchers realize that Samyaza has returned home, so they fight with fury, knowing their deaths will lead them to heaven. A few men reach the Ark, but Noah fights and throws them off, not knowing that Tubal-Cain is climbing the Ark from the side. Soon, Noah witnesses Og ripping his own chest, causing an explosion that kills the men surrounding him. With no more Watchers on the land, water erupts from the earth, starting the flood. Because of this, Tubal-Cain starts breaking his way into the Ark, which Ham hears from the inside. In the forest, Methuselah finally finds a berry in the soil. He eats the berry and welcomes the wave of water that washes the forest away. The water destroys the army and reaches the Ark, so Noah and Tubal-Cain hold on. The Ark floods with water, but it soon floats, allowing Tubal-Cain to enter through the hole he made while Noah reunites with his family. While thousands of people drown, Elah and Shem beg Noah to save a few, but he insists that there's no room for them. The family soon gathers for dinner, ignoring the screams outside their walls. Noah understands that his family judges him, so he reminds them of how the Creator made everything balanced until Adam and Eve were given a choice. When they ate the forbidden fruit, their innocence was erased, and men broke the world. After the Great Flood, paradise can begin again, but with no man to destroy it. Unknown to them, Ham gives food to Tubal-Cain, assuring him that his father doesn't know he's there. Tubal-Cain asks why Ham is helping him, so Ham shares that Noah let Nael die. To Ham's surprise, Tubal-Cain takes a sleeping animal and eats it. Tubal-Cain argues that the Creator made them in his image to subdue the animals, not serve them. He offers the boy a piece of meat, telling him it's their world to seize. One night, Elah wakes up feeling sick. Using herbs, Nama discovers that Methuselah healed Elah, and she's now pregnant. Elah sobs with joy, but Nama realizes that this won't please Noah. Elah announces her pregnancy, and Nama confesses that she asked Methuselah for help to give their sons a future, but Noah thinks that she undermined the Creator. Conflicted, Noah heads out and begs the Creator not to make him kill his grandchild. While Elah cries in Nama's arms, they notice when the rain stops. The family steps out and Elah insists that the rain stop because the Creator is blessing their child, but Noah disagrees. He decides that if the child is a boy, he will become the last man. If it's a girl, she must die to prevent her from mothering children. Shem tries to defend this child, but Noah has made his choice. Months later, Japheth welcomes a crow that he released, but its claws are clean, so it didn't find land. He and Nama meet with Elah and Shem, who are preparing the raft. They tell them that there's no land yet, but Elah, who's heavily pregnant, insists on leaving to save their child. Nama confronts her husband, begging him to punish her instead for asking for Methuselah's help. Noah argues that all men are being punished, calling it justice. However, Nama points out that Noah will lose his family if he harms the child. Unknown to them, Tubal-Cain sees Elah's condition, so he tells Ham to bring Noah to him. Ham hesitates, so Tubal-Cain points out that Noah killed the woman he chose and is now about to kill his brother's child. He asks if Ham is a man, to which the boy nods. Just before the couple leaves, Noah burns their raft, preventing them from doing so. Suddenly, Elah's water breaks, so Nama takes her away to help her give birth. Noah sees Shem staring angrily at him while holding a weapon, but Ham suddenly calls for him, claiming that the beasts are awake and are attacking each other. Noah goes to check and Tubal-Cain ambushes him. The two battle while Ham watches, still conflicted by his rage. Noah eventually gets the upper hand and strangles Tubal-Cain. Finally, Elah gives birth, and Shem joins her. However, Elah continues to scream in pain, alerting that she's giving birth to twins. When the second baby comes out, Nama announces that both babies are girls. Hearing this, Shem promises Elah that Noah will not harm their daughters and leaves. Meanwhile, Tubal-Cain bites Noah's hand, freeing himself before knocking Noah down. However, the ark crashes into a mountaintop, throwing everyone back. After the impact, Noah finds Tubal-Cain holding on to the broken floor, so he goes to finish him. Suddenly, Shem attacks his father, determined to keep him away from his children. Tubal-Cain uses this opportunity to climb back up and knock Shem down, wanting to kill Noah on his own. Tubal-Cain corners Noah, declaring that he will build the new world in his image, but Ham suddenly stabs him. The old king grabs Ham and reveals Lamech's snakeskin. He hands it to the boy and tells him that he's now a man for taking life. Tubal-Cain then falls dead. Noah rises, convinced that the events were in the Creator's plans. However, Ham reminds him that Nael was innocent, making him reconsider for a moment. Still, he climbs the ark to see his grandchildren. Nama tries to stop him, revealing that Elah gave birth to twins and reminding him that the Creator sends them what they need. Despite this, Noah climbs over the ark, cornering Elah, who begs him to let her calm her crying daughters and allow them peace. He lets her sing to the babies just as Nama climbs up. The babies fall asleep, so Noah tells Elah to leave, but she insists on holding them until their last breaths. Noah lifts his blade to one child, but instead kisses their foreheads. While Ela weeps, Noah drops his knife, deciding not to kill his grandchildren. Finally, Shem finds them and holds his family while a dove with an olive branch flies over them, announcing that land has been found. Weeks later, Noah has exiled himself to a cave, making wine from berries to forget his sorrows. Elsewhere, Ham watches Shem build a home for his new family while Ela tends to their children. He then visits his father, finding him unconscious on the shore. Shem and Japheth arrive and help Noah up. But when he sees Ham, Ham merely tosses him a bag and leaves. Soon, Ela finds Ham ready to leave, insisting that he doesn't belong with them. He shares that he's glad that new life begins with Ela, and maybe this time, man will be kind. After Ham leaves, Noah meets with Ela. She asks why he spared her daughters, so he admits that he only felt love when he saw them. Noah then laments over failing the Creator and his family, but Ela believes that the Creator let him decide if they were worth saving. Because Noah chose love, the Creator gave them a second chance to do better. Eventually, Noah returns to his family. From the bag that Ham left, Noah takes the snakeskin to honor his sons and grandchildren, giving them the responsibility to replenish the earth. With this, light shines from the heavens, signaling the Creator's blessing for the new world.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.